think I'm an atheist anymore. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jerry Bees, and please welcome me in welcoming... Wait, what? No. Please join me in welcoming a new artist to the channel. We have Raye today with This Music May Contain Hope. Now, I just got done telling my Twitch chat here that I kind of know the name, not the story. We do host some paid reaction streams, some community request streams, as it were, and we have seen Raye, I have seen Raye, sing at the Royal Albert Hall, and I know that that's just a phenomenal venue that always sounds good, but she really commanded that entire venue with that voice. I remember that was kind of a legendary performance, at least for me. But I say that at the top here because I don't know what to expect. Like quite literally. I know the name, not the story. In a couple of the other things I've seen from Raye, it seems like it's kind of this revival or maybe return to, I don't want to say classier sound, but maybe a little bit older, something that's a little bit more timeless, maybe a little nightclubby, like jazz, kind of. Do we like jazz here, ladies and gentlemen? I'm just saying shit. Well, I do kind of have to say shit to make a video. You are correct. Raye loves jazz. I enjoy jazz as well, so we'll see what we'll get into here. I've just, in the clips that I've seen from Raye, she's usually accompanied by a very large band filled of multiple instruments, not limited to guitars, drums, and bass. So we'll see what this is all about. A lot of people have been clamoring for this one, so I hope that I do right by you with this reaction to it. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure you subscribe, and if you want to see any of these reactions before they come out on YouTube, go ahead and check out my Patreon where you can get exactly that for just $1, and come hang out on stream. It's always usually a lot of fun. I better not disappoint. I usually start off my streams with going, how can I disappoint my viewers any more than I already have? And I would like to say that I fail, because sometimes I don't disappoint them. I actually give them exactly what they want. I go, son of a bitch. Before she went down the traditional old school music, she ran the UK dance music scene for a good few years. Gotcha. So yeah, I guess all the clips that I've kind of seen from Raye have been maybe more so the style that she's getting into now. So here it is. This music may contain hope. This stream may contain Raye as well. I find this very interesting. I haven't, like, what the hell is, like, her second leg? What's her leg, or I guess it'd be her right leg? No, wait, no, that's rope. Why does she only have one leg? Or does she have, like, one leg up? No, okay, I'm sorry. I thought that was her leg right there. That's the rope. And maybe she's just got a leg up. She's got a leg up on the other competition. That's what it is. This album feels like a hug is the best comment for this masterpiece. Well, we'll see how big of a masterpiece it is. It's calling a lot out of us, right? It is calling a lot out of the audience. Hour and 13 minutes. That's a long album, so we'll see how it kind of keeps my attention here and piques my interest. So I guess without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, This Music May Contain Hope by Raye, 2026, released very recently. I didn't get to it soon enough. 17 songs, an hour and 13 minutes. It seems like we have a short little intro track, so I think we're going to listen to the first two tracks right at the top here. This is Intro, Girl Under the Gray Cloud. Nice callback to the album cover there. And we'll go into I Will Overcome. Every song ends with a period. Okay, full stop.
Allow me to set the scene.
Okay.
Our story begins at 2:27 a.m. on a rainy night in Paris. Cue the thunder. Autumn leaves blanket the concrete, the sky is dark. A woman in her late 20s. As she was walking alone in the rain, chin to her chest, arms wrapped around her waist, a perfect storm was brewing. This night in November would prove to be the catalyst, a culmination. The perfect recipe for the girl under the grey cloud must finally make way for the rain.
We need to pray.
I Will Overcome.
500 steps left to make it to the front door. My my red high heels click, click. For many two drinks, I feel my backbone threaten to greet the concrete below me. Who wants to be in Paris, drunk and alone, where the phantom of a boss me. Suddenly in the reflection of a Chanel boutique window, I can see the old me and I hate her. I feel syrup strands of blue moonlight pour through the clouds to find never amount. And the evil and insults, the arrows from your tongue is the same devils you tortured her with. Anyhow,
horizon.
the wall between hope and despair.
She exists behind it.
She will overcome.
And incomplete, feel better. I shall arrange a sad little feast where I will jump up and down on my bed in my grief, and I'll play Edith Piaf and I'll dance and I'll eat chocolate cake and I'll have no. So go home and shut up and go sleep. This is a song to remind me since I'm evening one. 500 steps left, maybe I've lost count. My battery died, so I'm not sure if I turn left or turn right as my eyes gather tears. To live like this all of my life, I'm not okay right now, but I'll get there some more. Veil over her horizon, and it is the wall between hope and despair. She exists behind it. She will overcome.
Oh, man. All right. Oh, what the fuck have we gotten ourselves into this time? All right. So those are the first two tracks off of this joint by Raye here. Intro, Girl Under the Gray Cloud. Into I Will Overcome. And I'm already picking up on what I think this album is going to lay down. And if I'm right on that, we will see. Longtime viewers of the channel will know that I tend to eat my own words, but we'll see. It's obviously very cinematic in its approach here. I mean, they're basically reading off a screenplay in that first track here, right? Minute 13 seconds, just set the scene. And laying down some of the themes here, right? I will overcome. This music may contain hope, right? Painting this vivid picture of Under the Gray Cloud, but, you know, we kind of got that from the album cover anyway. As we've determined on the channel, when it comes to judging books by their cover, you should always do it. You are never wrong by doing so. But I think the approach is where it's, like, intriguing me here, because in I Will Overcome, I'm expecting just like a kind of a standard traditional track. We have the intro track, bring us into, you know, a verse, chorus, pre-chorus, bridge, whatever, right? Just simple structure. And that's not at all what we got. We're going in and out of that narration, in and out of the horn section, and also the verse starting with that like hip hop, pop, R&B beat definitely threw me off. But I am hearing that horn section, like I said, it's kind of like this grandiose kind of revival to like a big band thing. You know, it's given kind of James Bondy, but even more so, right? It is hopelessly British, as most things from the island tend to be. But I'm saying that in a good way because it reminds me of something, and she clocked it right here. It's funny. Some people say I remind them of Amy. I don't know if I can say that, but I think you can see the parallels there in that comparison, right? I think if you look at Amy Winehouse's music, and if you're hearing at least just this little snippet right here, you can kind of make the connection as to why people might say that. Whether or not that's a fair criticism, I don't know. The other thing that's ringing true here that I've heard in I think it's like only 2 or 3 other Raye songs that I've heard is her voice. I mean, her voice is incredible. You're probably going to hear me say that a lot. Play the Jerry B's drinking game of every time he says that Raye has a good voice. You know what I mean? Eat your words, doughboy. I love this song so much. It's insane. Yeah, I was really expecting something a little bit more traditional, but I think you can look at these first two tracks as a really proper intro to not necessarily like, okay, we're just going to give you just like, standard kind of song here. No. I think they're really setting us up for an album, for a concept here, for themes to develop over the course of the runtime. So I'm very excited and I'm very intrigued to see where we go next. The central thesis of this album is just like the Four Seasons. People go through their lives through a period of heartbreak, grief, epiphany, cautious joy, and ultimately hope. We are in autumn right now. Well, I love the autumn, and we will see where we go next. Much like life, we must move on. This is Beware, the South London lover boy.
Deep in the heart of the South London concrete
Oh, wow,
jungle,
we're getting more narration, okay.
there lives a strange creature. Beware, the South London lover boy.
Girls, stay safe out there. Yes, you stay prepared. South London lover boy. Beware, and be wary.
It's so slim, but when we kiss, it feels like home.
Beware, the South London lover boy. They know where to find you, especially when you're home alone too. Beware, pull up on you in an old black car. Start reading poems out the window. He's not looking for
There's another side to this story. There's a mean kind of beast still lurking, and it hunts these streets, and it may call you by a whistle. If it finds a pretty woman, the first thing to take care not to antagonize it, that don't offend.
Hello, rest is there. Girls, stay safe out there. Lest you stay prepared. South London lover boy.
Alright, girls, wherever you're listening, in your house, in your car, best to stay prepared. Sing, girls, stay safe out there. Sing,
Really weird timing.
it's best to that boy is a South London lover boy. Yeah.
Make it cautious, but fun. I enjoyed this. Something that's very true for the last track that we listened to. The horns sound incredible. Let's give some props here. Oh, a little bit different from last time. We got Mike Sabbath, Rachel Keane. I'm assuming that is Raye herself, and Pete Clements as composers here on this one. Lots of people on the production team here. Way too many for me to read. But all of this just sounds so fantastic. And I really like the composition here as, like we got this weird kind of timing when she's telling the girls to be safe. And then, it starts to pick back up before it ends us off here. We technically do have 6 seconds left of this. So, yeah, okay. That's what I thought. It was just going to fade out into nothing here. Yeah, that's she brings up a good point. Hey, you don't even need to be in South London here, right? Women around the world, you see a guy just wait, maybe I can't say that. This is a joke. Just like hit him with a blunt object. Just you see, bah! Just don't even allow him the opportunity. Don't even allow him the opportunity. Stay wary, yes, absolutely. Stay prepared, but sometimes you got to get in front of it. Bah, bah, bah. It's called, do you want to be reactive or proactive? That's the line of thinking I want you on here right now. One thing about Raye is that she'd be giving you soundscape variety as much as she can. Yeah, I don't, it is interesting. I guess nothing too crazy here outside of the narration aspect of it, kind of breaking things up. But I did hear some interesting things in that last track. Especially, that kind of the pairing of those pop beats with like the horn section. So, but it's like a lot more lively than I think you could maybe make an apt comparison to Lana Del Rey. You know, I think I say the same things compositionally for Lana Del Rey's albums, but this it's so much more lively, and I'm just a little bit more pumped up by it, even as that last one wasn't as high energy as this. I mean, this one's like a whole I want to wear a long, flowy, layered dress and swing my partner underneath my legs kind of a thing, like I'm at a sock hop or something like that. You know what I mean? I also know a lot of South London lover boys who are very Italian. I guess they're everywhere. Why they gotta be Italian, huh? She loves a big band, and I am a sucker for horns. I'm a big sucker for horns. Guys, this is actually just ska. This is just ska here. But we're gonna move on.
Once upon a time,
okay, so first of all, this is such a good title for a song. The WhatsApp Shakespeare.
was a girl and there was a serpent. Oh, and her name was Eve. And she took a bite from the apple. And the story ain't this dissimilar. Many, 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 many moons later, she be deceived her. As he lead me in like a lamb to the slaughter. Yeah, yeah. Sounds very dramatic, don't it? A modern day tragedy, I call it. It's a true story. Yeah. Oh, how he romance. On me, on me, on me. He on me, on me, on me. Savage, he must be banished. WhatsApp Shakespeare killer. Again, oh, our mother would then mourn the ghost of her daughter. Lead me in like a lamb to the slaughter. Yeah, yeah. Sounds very dramatic, don't it? A modern day tragedy, I call it. Not with thy flesh, but with thy words, he would romance. On me, oh, to love you, then Juliet must run. Juliet must vanish. Cut him off, savage, he must be banished. WhatsApp Shakespeare killer. Run, Juliet, run. Silence all notifications. Forward this text to at least 10 people, please. I was one of 7 of the leading ladies, starring in the new romantic thriller. Ooh, he's a cursive kisser. He WhatsApp call in the palm of his hand. And at the time, how could I understand? Why now I ask you to forward this message or face 7 months sadness? You better run. Stick it to the man. You better run while you can. Fat you's outside. Must learn the art of airtime.
What the fuck is this? Like, I know that, like, I was saying, like, oh, it's like a revival. It's like older instruments, right? It sounds a little bit more classical, right? It sounds a little bit more oldie. Not through the majority of this, but, like, I'm getting, like, stimulation overload from this. There's just so much happening all the time, and it is, like, so much fun, and there's a lot of great wordplay here. Strikes again, he's a cursive killer. You know, I kind of like this idea of, you know, like sliding into somebody's DMs and wherefore art thou true love, you know, I'm only one of 7 I'm only one of 7 other leading ladies, you know, kind of this play on the whole Shakespeare thing. Yeah, it's produced so clean. I think that's like the big point I'm going to get to, and this is pretty much for every song that we've heard so far. There is not a single sound that wasn't thought about or looked over 1,000,000,001 times, and that's on job. So yeah, now some people in the chat were saying that there were WhatsApp sounds in this. I never have my notification sounds for any app on. And also, I live in the United States. We just don't use WhatsApp here. I use WhatsApp to talk to a couple people that I know that live outside of the United States, and that's about it. So I don't know if there's any other like references that are like strictly WhatsApped here. Although I did, I shout out, not sponsored, but GeoWizard here on YouTube. I watch his channel all the time. He was talking about he wanted to get off of like social media and off of his smartphone, and he said that included WhatsApp, and he said that he was really just bummed out that he couldn't go on the no talking, only farts WhatsApp channel that I actually then tried to get into but couldn't find it. Because, like, that's funny. No words, only farts. What do you use in the U.S.? We text. Or if you're on Apple, you iMessage. I do use Signal a lot, especially in the fallout of Discord, asking for IDs or them wanting to do that. I know a lot of my friends ended up transitioning to Signal. I was already on Signal for a few different people, and I was using Signal a lot. I'm trapped on Facebook Messenger. Yeah, and that's also, like, I know Signal says it's encrypted. I wouldn't trust anything owned by Meta as far as I could throw it. I didn't know. But I know that it's very popular and that people really enjoy it. I like this line here. And a devil did send him a heart made of black venom.
And then devil did send him heart of blue black venom.
How can you hear that and not think of Mr. Marshall Mathers?
I got that adrenaline in 'em, not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up in 'em, ready to snap any momentum.
That's immediately where my mind went.
Picture me,
Winter
I am
Woman.
a silhouette.
We're out of
I am
fall
a sob
into
story
winter.
standing in the rain in a summer dress. Only so much the heart can take. I thought he had plans to love me, but it seems I made a grave mistake. Watching them from far away, he wrapped his arms, I died to live inside her on a perfect little tiny waist. The sucker punch into my chest, the queen of hearts. Cold girls get by, cold girls won't cry. I'll become the winter woman. I'll wear floor like fake fur coats in the middle of July. Baby, I'll be sad and beautiful. I will be sad and beautiful. Red, your text is green and left on red, you're just like roses. Violets are blue, regret is a bitch. I have a feeling you'll be needing her soon. Picture me, I am a silhouette. I am a sob story standing in the rain in a summer dress. I know I won't be sad forever. Tonight I kiss the bottle on the lips. It's desperate times require desperate pleasure. Be sad and beautiful. I will be sad and beautiful. And I'll wait and pray for warmer days to come. Now watch her walk in slow motion, watch her walking away. Her hair will dance in the wind, she'll be the girl you wish you had. Give me a night to cry my heart out and a day to rebrand. As I remind myself I am the girl I think that I am. She keep it pushing, standing. She vows an oath to make her name a word you won't forget.
Picture me, I am a silhouette. I am a sob story standing in the rain in a summer dress. Only so much the heart can take. I thought he had plans to love me, but it seems I made a grave mistake. Watching them from far away, he wraps his arms, I die to live inside around her perfect.
I'll be sad and beautiful. I will be sad and beautiful. And I'll wait and pray for warmer days to come. Until then, all day life goes on. Life goes on. She gets her money, then her life goes on.
So really appreciate the change of pace here with this one. Like I said, I was having a little bit of stimulation overload, but this one kind of brought us back down, but kept us in that same similar mood. And I'm glad that that first like song, right, went from R&B using those kind of pop beats to like that heavy bass sound. In addition to the big band stuff, establishing the sound of what we'll hear throughout the album. And right here, this was perfect, right? This was probably the maybe most standard song, right? If we're talking about maybe like a pop act or something like that. But they even include, some horn sections, particularly the strings. I'm really enjoying how they're using strings in particular to really set the tension. I think strings can do that a lot. Any instrument can set tension, just depends on the scale, the key in which you're playing in. And what your intentions are, and that little string break in this song, it seems as though they're using it for like rising action, so to speak. It's like something's about to happen. It's like they're using it as a setup of sorts, and that's kind of what it was. We kind of did have this more mellow back half of the song. And I'm telling them, bring the beat back. And I'm waiting for them to do it, and they finally did. But I think I should just say that in terms of how I'm really enjoying the pacing so far here. The pacing from song to song within the songs, and also just how it's kind of been laid out. I mean, this album's over an hour long. So if you can't pace yourself, we're in for a bad time, right? Or maybe not as good of a time. But so far, I'm quite comfortable. Such a slag. Wow, that's a British term. I'm such a slag for strings, and they're so good here. It's actually heaven. So people are really saying they like this song in conjunction with the next song. Apparently, a pretty good pairing here. So we'll see if they're right on that. Click Clack Symphony featuring Mr. Hans Zimmer himself.
Be born on this earth's 1 in 400 trillion. I conquered those odds, yet I can't conquer leaving this house. I eat, sleep, scroll and work, but there has to be more than just merely existing. In fact, I was thinking there's not enough wine in the fridge to unleash me in this feeling. Fiends for some feminine healing. By that I mean I called my girls and said SOS, pick a dress, pick a time and an address. What we are going on tonight. Send a call to remind me we don't settle for depression on a Friday night. I need a pep talk, I need a hug, I need a dance floor. I got one little life, I need to get out the house more and really start living it. Heavy as the burdens that are weighing on me, I will lay them down under some pink and blue lights. Call my girls and said SOS, pick a dress, pick a time and an address. What we all going out. Send a call out, send a call out. Calling all my baddest women, it's about to go down. Click, 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 clack, symphony, I need that. She's got one little life, she needs to get out the house more and try and start living it. Heavy as the burdens that are weighing on me, I will lay them down under some pink and blue lights. Call my girls and said SOS, pick a dress, pick a time and an address. Send a call out, send a call out. Calling all my baddest women, it's about to go down. Click, 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 clack, so tell me alright. Though this season of her life had been cold, lonely and tough, though she slipped back into a darkness she had hoped by now to have overcome, she had learned a beautiful lesson as she kissed her girls goodbye and thanked them for getting her out the house. That maybe everything was going to be alright. And even if only for a moment, everything is going to be alright. Yeah, it's going to be alright. That is going to be alright. She put her headphones in, and there she danced under the weight of her clouds. But for the first time in a long time, she believed that one day she would again feel the sun. She must be patient. She must have faith in the seeds that are planted beneath the snow. She must hold on, and she must let go. She'll be alright. No riding shining on at night. She will save herself this time. It just teaches the heart how to burn.
You know, when I was a kid, we had a Hannah Montana with GNO, Girls Night Out. And I think if you just read the lyrics here, you might go, oh, yeah, that's the same thing. So yeah, maybe it's the same thing, maybe it's not. But it's just Hannah Montana, Girls Night Out with I mean, song. I mean, obviously, I think here it's talking a little bit more than just about going out with your girls, right? It's about having your girls around you, your friends around you that take you out of the house when you need to be left out of the house, right? Considering we're in the winter portion of this, it's very easy to just kind of seclude yourself inside, and it's nice to have that support group, right? To just get you the fuck out. It's like come with us. We're going shopping, right? Really like the automatopoeia, so to speak, of the Click Clack Symphony, at least how I'm interpreting that. And you might say, ooh, yes, Jerry B's clock that. Oh, sorry, you couldn't see it. Oh, yes, Jerry B's. Clock that. Click Clack Symphony. I'm assuming that's the heels walking across a hard floor, be it vinyl or wooden or tile, maybe even granite flooring, if that's that shit's still around. Yeah, just walk through a city hall, 10 girls deep in heels, and just hear the Click Clack Symphony there. This music may contain hope. Hans Zimmer on the strings. And I took that personally. Yeah, I mean, is this just going to be an hour and a half of me saying that everything sounds fantastic? I think so. I will say, though, and this is not a knock to the album as a whole, the narration is kind of pulling me out of any, like, replay value with the individual songs so far, and this is why I like albums, right? This is an album so far. It's extremely cinematic. We have Hans Zimmer, for God's sakes, but even outside of it, between the narration, between how everything's kind of building within the composition, between how the themes are laid out, this is kind of a chronological story. If we're starting in the fall, we're heading into winter, we're going to get into spring and summer at some point. I don't know if I could bump this and just like hear the narration, just like all of a sudden, like that might take me out of it. So I'm not knocking the album for that. If anything, that's actually a nod to the album, right? This is a sit down, shut the fuck up and listen, which might be hard this day and age, right? We all got TikTok brain. We all need to just have stimuli constantly, right? In almost in a weird way, this album is like it sounds like how a Mr. Beast video is edited, in the only in the sense that like there's something new every like so many seconds, right? If you ever watch a Mr. Beast video, that's just like boom, quick edit, boom, sound effect, like whatever it is. But this is coming through way more gracefully. And I think that's kind of credit to the big band sound, the string sound. And, you know, I guess Raye did dance music before, and we've kind of heard those elements, right? Those pop elements come through out of this. Even with her vocal delivery, too. Not just her straight up singing voice, but this kind of like rapping end of things. Lots to talk about, lots to discuss, a lot just going on. It's not for everybody, but I appreciate it. As far as an album is concerned, I like listening to this going like, okay, like I couldn't have gotten this any other way, right? I wouldn't have gotten this story, this ride any other way. Like it needs to be an album. So sick of music for people with 40-second attention span. Well, this is music. I think you could make the argument this is really good music for people that have 40-second attention spans, because there's something new every so many seconds, which is exciting for me. I like to be kind of on a swivel. I just like the way that it's doing this. Sometimes like the genre itself can do that, right? If it's like metal, right, it's just so high energy all the time, and that, you know, metal songs tend to be a little bit longer, so you're going to get movements there. Hyperpop, I don't even need to kind of explain it to you. It's really interesting how they're working with all these different sounds to kind of accomplish that.
I can see
I know
you
you're hurting.
standing on the edge. Your legs step on the ledge of life's affliction.
Did we listen to this before? Have we listened to this on the channel before? Did somebody send this in? I think we just listened to this.
I know you're a master of disguise.
So I have heard this before, but I haven't really read the lyrics. Maybe more of a review than a reaction here. Devotion to accuracy.
You are underneath that soft and gentle smile you put on this morning.
Oh yeah, no, her voice goes crazy in this one.
You give when you have little left to give. You ballroom dance with hollow, how are you? How are you? How are you? Your body aches from marching up your mountains. I did so well, you do, I must say. But I know you're hurting. put plasters on when life has dealt another losing hand. You bite your tongue and tense your thighs to stand. You know that you can't be so strong alone all the time, so please stop trying to be so strong all alone. No, if you need two more arms to hold these burdens down, I said a prayer for you, I hope it's working. Please, my dear, don't stop believing it. Pray, Lord, has mercy. I know He's working. I know He's
This drops about the
Stay with me It's gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, so I understand that I just got done talking about how maybe like the narration portions, like those songs where there's like heavy narration in there, kind of like, I don't know about the replayability for that particular song, but the album, yeah, I can understand that. This one slaps. I don't have the soundboard turned on because I'm tired of it like going off when I don't want it to. But this gets all of them. Hey, you know what? Soundboard warning. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Not to say that none of the other songs deserve the soundboard, but I just hate using. I really hate using the soundboard anymore. I need to actually set one up properly. Yeah. So like I was saying, we have heard this song before, just a little bit of it actually. Here on the stream. But that main groove is just so infectious. That dun dun dun, like how they were able to pull so much power and emotion off of like using those three notes as the foundation for the song is really impressive. I think a lot of that goes not only to Raye and just how strong her voice is, but if you take a powerful voice and then you layer that powerful voice with more of that same powerful voice, you have a bigger, more powerful voices. And I think that's exactly what they got here. I like this message of like, oh, I know you're hurting. You don't have to do this on your own, though. It's like, we are here for you. So I don't know if this is a self-talk thing, something that Raye said to somebody else, or something that somebody has said to her. Whichever way you slice it, I mean, this is all still pretty thematically consistent. This has got to be the shining star on the album. I mean, this one's just so good as like a one-off song. Was really impressed with this one, and it's one of those. It's like one of those times where it's 6 minutes. It could have been 8, and I wouldn't have given a fuck. You know what I mean? I mean, let's look at this. I mean, yeah, there's 17 tracks, and this is number 7. It's meeting me exactly where I want it to. Yeah, and given like how just powerful and epic it is, you couldn't hold this song to just be 3.5 minutes. It had to be. The song would not work without her voice. It's incredible. You mean to tell me that Neil Young couldn't sing on top of this? You mean to tell me that the dulcet tones of Neil Young couldn't belt this out? Hater. She wrote this after she met a fan struggling with mental health. Well, yeah, and so that's nice that she's kind of extending the sentiment to all of us. But like I was saying, this song you can play on its own. This one has replayability value up the wazoo here. You think that Turnpike guy can sing this? Turnpike guy can go fuck himself. Okay? All right? There's one issue, right? You know the meme of people shaking hands? You got Jerry B's and you have Republicans hating Bruce Springsteen, but for the completely opposite reasons. They hate him for his politics. I hate him because he sucks. But we were young. Shut up. But I live in New Jersey. Anyway, let's move on. Lifeboat.
Don't work too hard. Have a rest.
And never give up.
Never give up.
Never.
Not giving up.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I'm not giving up yet.
I'm not giving up yet.
I'm not giving up yet.
He sees you.
I'm not giving up yet.
Keep it on, you going
I'm not giving up yet.
I'm
not giving up yet.
Something I can cling
I'm not giving up
to.
yet.
Something I can hold. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I know I'm not giving up.
I'm not
Little
giving
dance
up
here?
yet.
I'm not giving up yet.
I'm not giving up.
About face here.
I'm not giving up yet.
Many people have pains in their lives. They've been so disappointed, so broken, almost lost the desire to even live. Been rejected many times, I've been disappointed many times, I've been failed many times. Whether you're going through darkness,
Trying not to drown in it, not to drown in it. You might not believe, you might not believe it, but I need you to speak it.
never give up.
Say it in the air.
Say again.
I said I'm not giving up yet.
Not giving up yet. I'm not giving up yet. And I'm not giving up yet. Neither are you.
I need you to send me a lifeboat.
And so that was Lifeboat there. And I do have to echo something that was said in the chat here. Julie goes, one thing you could say about this album is that you never know what's coming next. And that is certainly true. Definitely still consistent on the theme. Hope, don't give up. There's light at the end of the tunnel. All of that, right? And here it's a little bit more personal. You know, we are using these samples of... I don't know if you can call them samples. I think they're pretty much used as samples. All of these lines of people saying, I'm not giving up yet. You know, we had that little snippet there of, you know, this guy saying, whether you're going through the darkness, there's a future, there's a way forward, there's hope, right? I know that Raye has, like, her background, you know, really before going into, like, the big band thing, was, like, dance, electronic dance, I'm assuming, so really kind of pulling from that here. As everything has kind of sounded the same and very cohesive, you know, like more so like using that heavy pop beat, those R&B flavorings around maybe the more classical instrumentation. That's been the vibe I'm getting so far. This one was like this being on the same album as Hans Zimmer is just nuts. You know, takes me out of it a little bit, but I was going to say, like, well, maybe this is a transitional piece. And I think that's exactly what it is. You know, I'm seeing some things here in the chat as far as this is the winter portion. This is the end of the winter portion. So I think as it serves as a transitional piece onto the next phase of the narrative here, you know, I like it for that reason. You know, it's like every time that, like, I'm about to say, like, something doesn't work for me, I'm like, wait, no, like this is its own different beast. I can honestly say I'm not sure if I've ever listened to an album quite like this one. and we're eight songs in so far. I think I can confidently say that as the mic kisses me on the mouth. Just know that every time Raye does a club banger, it's always a fuck you to her previous label that restricted her from releasing music and pigeonholed her into being a DJ's featured artist. Got you. I like the tones at the beginning weren't very self-assured, but it got progressively more confident. That's a clock. I enjoy that. Somehow still cohesive. Like, what the fuck? Well, and I think it goes to show you that if you show me what you're going to bring me at the top, yeah, you give me a little bit more leeway, and especially with how consistent it's been in its, laying out of its themes. People are saying spring, winter, which also I'm having a little bit of trouble grasping that. Like, talking about the cold and all that gives winter to me. But also that could just be a thing that's just like mentioned in the footnotes of like the liner of the album. But at some point, I got to go, okay, well, can I get that from the music itself? Can I get that from the lyrics itself? We'll see as we see some of the other songs that are supposedly in those seasons. But no, like I said, it started out pretty chaotic going in between all those different sounds. So I think you serve up a good platform for yourself to try different things and, really keep my head on a swivel because I'm not sure what's coming next.
This song is called I Hate the Way I Look Today.
Oh, she took the words right out of my mouth.
I hate the way I look today. I hate the way I look today. I hate the way I look today. So I know it seems so sad to say, but today no, because some girls are so beautiful. Today, it's not giving beautiful, it's giving train wreck. It's giving unfortunate. See, I hate the way my arms do this. I hate the way she looks fake this. I should just pay to rearrange this. Why can't that girl's face and mine trade places? My look so plain, my look so basic. I wonder why I'm so miserable with all my airs and disgraces. Self love that all time low. A little more pushy. She ain't like the way she looks tonight. She'll try somehow to like that. There's only you that can do it. Only me that can try to love the way I look tonight. Beautiful. I think we got it, guys.
I think we got it. Yep. No, you definitely did on that one. I'm a stickler for jazz. I'm not a jazz connoisseur, but it really did seem like every like timing, like every time signature that's common in jazz, every scale that's common in jazz, just put them into one song. What do we make it about? I'm ugly. At least that's what I tell myself. And here, Raye is making the appeal that you got to cut that shit out, right? Love the way you look tonight. There's only you that can do it. Only me that can try to love the way I look tonight. And it's still on this theme of hope and trying to get past all the bad shit. It's the girl under the gray cloud, right? This girl of sunshine and bliss, trying to get through the dark and stormy days ahead. And sometimes you bring that upon yourself here. But there is like this kind of tongue-in-cheek thing that's going on, and I like the way that it was expressed through this part right here with the guys.
Okay, boys. Okay, boys. If you hate the way you look tonight.
Like, I watched Chicago a few months ago. It feels like I'm watching Chicago again, and that's a good movie. Don't skip out on Chicago, right? If you love jazz and shit that sounds pretty much exactly like you got Raye in Chicago. She's pretty meta for the last half of the album. Gotcha. Well, everybody was saying like, okay, we're done with winter. We're done with winter. I don't know how this gives spring other than it sounds a little bit happier. You know, maybe there is some vernal references somewhere in here that I just didn't pick up on. But maybe that's just like kind of like an overarching kind of like thing that like, there's just certain sections of this album, you know? Vernal equinox? Isn't that what the spring equinox is called? Or is that the fall? Vernal equinox? I'm probably not using that that word correctly, and I don't care. I said it sounds happy. I didn't say that it was happy. But actually, I think that it is a happy song because at the end of it, she's trying to encourage you to accept yourself.
Right, everyone have a cup of tea now.
Cup of tea. There, I finished it. Goodbye, Henry. Whoa. No way. Is Al Green still alive? Certainly not Al Green, the Texas congressman. Dude, Al Green's still alive? I didn't know Al Green was still alive. I love Al Green. Okay. Al Green is one of the best, greatest hits albums of all time. Who else could get Hans Zimmer and Al Green features? Only Raye. What do you expect from Americans? I don't know what you'd expect from the country that gave us Al Green.
This is a sad song, though it feels happy. It is not happy at all. In fact, it makes me so sad to sing this song.
All right, this is meta.
But I must sing it for you anyway. This song is called Goodbye, Henry, and I wrote it about a boy, a very lovely boy, and his name isn't even through my window. I don't want you to go. How could I, baby? I do hope you'll try your best and you'll drink a little less. Let's pretend, Henry, maybe one day we could try again. Don't forget me. What happens to be down memory lane, and it's that pain, the aching kind that allows for being in me. I really did. And another love like where it's spring, and we have 3 beautiful children, and it hurts to never see him, but the world still turns around. So listen, you know, Henry, maybe one day we could try again. Don't forget me or regret me. I tell him goodbye, Henry. I told you this was a sad song, but it is my pleasure,
dude, Al
to
Green.
say that all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Al Green.
Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. It's nice to be on the microphone with a story to tell. I think of all the memories.
Tonight is ours, Shimoni love. Every night, swallowing tears. Then I watch through my window. I don't want you to go. How could I, baby? You'll try your best and you'll drink a little less. When I told you before, this was a sad, sad song. Drop it here.
Maxie can't see.
Well, that was charming. That was so utterly charming. And you know what? Again, she says it's a sad song, but there's hope in there, right? If this was truly a sad song, well, first of all, we wouldn't have Al Green, right? No, and I know Al Green's got his sad songs, but seeing Al Green makes me happy. That's a me problem. I understand that. But maybe Raye says still, Al Green or not, this is still a sad song. No, because there's hope. This album title is a misnomer, ladies and gentlemen. This music may contain hope. This music does contain hope. I hope you're happy now, wherever he is, right? Maybe someday we can try again. I wish you love and happiness, right? That to me, that's it's a little bittersweet, but sweet nonetheless. But maybe she could have gotten over it a little bit easier, because as we saw in what was that song called? As we saw in Beware the South London Lover Boy, she could have saved herself all of this emotional anguish just by and this is a joke, just because I don't know if I can actively call out violence on random people. If you see a dude, bop him. Take him, just negate that. Nothing good has ever come from a dude, unless you're Al Green. And that's exactly what we got here. The usual flawless Jerry B's logic, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. You're welcome. It may contain hope if you let it.
This is a song about the greatest heartbreak I've ever known.
Henry?
The song is called Nightingale Lane. On the street in the South London suburbs, where my first love kissed me goodbye. His lips were thin and beer-stained and tear-stained. Was a pain that made me cold. I see a ghost town, and sometimes at red lights with closed eyes, I tell myself to go on, just say somebody loved me once, and someday somebody knew it was right there. Early June, next door, Park Avenue, on Nightingale Lane, standing in the rain. I watched him walk away down my road. Took me long old years to get over you. It was an aching I refused to feel again. And looking back now, we never were quite. Just see a ghost town, and sometimes at red lights with closed eyes, I tell myself, in fact, I tell myself to go on, just say it. Somebody loved me once, but someday somebody will again. In June, next to Old Park Avenue, standing in the rain, I watched him walk away. I've dabbled in love since, maybe every other summer. It never lasts long, they never stick around. I'm made of steel now. I believe this town, right here on this ground, is where someone once loved me, and someday someone will.
Come on. This one might actually be perfect. This one was actually phenomenal. This one was really good. I love this, like, kind of gospel soul part of the album that we're in right now. And we've seen flavors of this. But I was really worried that we were going to get like another like crazy switch up in this song. And I was hoping that we weren't going through that. We were just going to stay in this like gospel soul pocket that we were in. And Ascended, I am. I told you we were going to church. Capital Ch. Capital Urch. But no, yeah, this one was fantastic. Especially like coming from that last song, you know, it same kind of vibe instrumentally, compositionally, but a little bit less meta, a little bit less humor, a little bit dare I say heartfelt. Not to say that the other song wasn't, but I can tell that this was something probably deeply personal to Raye, and it all the emotion and details within the lyrics showed that, in my opinion. This one was utterly fantastic. If we want to cut it at Lifeboat, it's being like halfway through the album, I've kind of been vibing with side A a little bit more. But I'm having lots of fun so far in side B. We shall see. We shall see. I know Where Is My Husband got a lot of plays, so I know that's probably a big one that's coming up. But nevertheless, we will continue here with Skin and Bones.
Just skin and bones and lungs and heart, 2 eyes and a liver and a nose and lungs and no brain. He's insane 'cause he thinks he can make love without having to love me. Oh, playing this one just takes to kill some family. I'm not the tea for me. Supposed to pick me up in 45 minutes. My head is looking lovely, my dress is better looking. All the standards is low. Well, he suggested skipping dinner my place for dessert. The bar is on the floor now. Bar is on the floor now. It's the what, Wild West full of single. Oh, hello, sweetie. Want your non-exclusive text proposal? Oh, your voice so pretty. You want your cake and eat it. You want your cherry on top. You wanna want and need me. And let's up and leave me. And let's make me come. It's a wild West for a single woman.
Fun. We're in a very fun part of the album right now. I mean, all of it's kind of been fun, but I guess just like the songs face value, right? Nice little tempo. This one's a little bit more funky, right? So I was just talking about how much I love the soul gospel angle things. This one's a little bit more funky. I really like that. The guitar brought that in with the bass. I've already told you what you got to do with men, but if you absolutely have to, if you're a straight lady and you're like, dang gummit, I can't stop myself. If you have to, get involved with the dude. As long as that dude isn't clavicular, you should be in good shape. As long as you stay away from him or anybody of that ilk, you're on an easier path to success. Genuinely who? Oh, I just figured I'd say that because I hate that guy. He's one of these like manosphere looks maxing people that like takes meth and like injects themselves with like research chemicals to like stop their aging, and he just passed out in a K-hole at like some club. All right, moving on here, folks. Where Is My Husband? I'm seeing that this one has like an insane amount of listens on Spotify, so let's see if it holds up here.
Baby, where the hell is my husband? What is taking him so long to find me? Oh, baby, where the hell is my lover? Getting down with another. Tell him if you see him, baby. If you see him, tell him. He said, why is this beautiful? Where the hell is my lover? Getting down with another. Tell him if you see him, baby. If you see him, tell him.
dude, that's just some hype shit right there. That's just hype shit. You know, I'm being told this was the lead single off of the album, and this is a designed smash hit here. This is a pop hit as simple as they come here, but just fun. And I think that's really indicative of this side of the album. Just all these really fun, horn-heavy songs. And this one, it's just so easy to get your mind around, right? Like, where's my husband? I'm doing lonely acrobatics. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. I'm trying to think of what song does this remind me of? I think it's like it's the how you like me now, dun, 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 like just like hype and uses that horn section to get behind you. But I really feel like this is what like the band Lawrence really wants to sound like, right? Isn't that what that band's called? Yeah, it's trying to be cool. Yeah, amen. It's a lot of.
Feel like I'm never gonna.
You know, I actually stumbled upon them on the internet, but I was at a music festival and we were resting by a tree in the shade, and I was like, oh, I know them, and they came on stage, so I was like, fuck it, we might as well stay here, and the lady went, this sounds like Disney Channel. That being said, I think Raye brought a little bit more to the table here, just in terms of how fantastic the production is on this as well. It shows that like she can do these like grandiose, like very dramatic things with her voice in maybe some of the more serious kinds of songs, but this one's just so much fun, like a lot of the other songs on this side of the album is. Yeah, so people are saying that they're ready to freaking cry. Is this going to stop being fun? I really hope not, but also, I wouldn't mind it.
Been a long time since we talked. Call me back when you're free. I left in my voice,
Dear Grandad, it's been so many months that I haven't called. Seems there's always something more important on my to-do list. All that I'm missing, chasing everything I lack, Grandad. It seems I dwell on what I don't have instead of what I do. I wanna be rid of the nothingness that waits for me in the living room. Do you still play the piano, Grandad? Play me something, play me Claire de Lune. My goodness me, where did all the time go? When did I go from being a kid? My mum tucking me into bed to this grown-up Grandad. Is this as good as it gets? My other pillows never touched, it gathers dust, and yet I'll pray to Jesus that this sinking feeling won't succeed, and I'll have a second in fields of golden and green. Grandad.
Hello, Rachel. It seems to have been a while since we've actually spoken. There's not a day passes by when I don't think of you. You ask me if I ever get lonely, but you can feel lonely in a crowded room.
Spoken like a true poet, Grandad is a songwriter, you see. We were both born little with big dreams, and he'd tell me stories.
And every bird of the waves on me will fall away like a soft rain, fall into a stream in fields of golden and green, fields of golden and free. I don't
For a tour of the world. I never forget, my love. You'll always be Granddad's little girl.
Aww. This one's a real heartfelt joint here. Yeah, you know, I think we're all guilty of not talking to our grandparents enough. But I think here, you know, Raye's lucky enough to still have their grandparents around, or at least one of them here, right? And, you know, they're using, you know, Raye's kind of using an appeal to wisdom, an appeal to experience in their grandfather, asking them questions, and it seems as though they were a songwriter, and we got this here in the chat. The song Fields was recorded in London. It's a collaboration between Raye and her grandfather, Granddad Michael, featured here on the song. Former songwriter whose work had previously been used without credit. Michael traveled to London to co-write and record this track with Raye. The collaboration was intended to honor his musical legacy, to provide him with a professional platform. This is per Wikipedia, or per the wiki. This one, I do appreciate how compositionally this one lays us down a little bit. Still has that gospel in there that I really appreciate, and it makes a lot of sense. A lot of references to the Lord, capital H, he, to Jesus, right? So obviously Raye's using, I'm assuming here, right? Maybe using her faith, and I don't know if she was like a gospel singer, wouldn't be surprised, if she went to that kind of church that did that kind of thing. But it all kind of adds up here. Definitely needed this one. Just in the fact that it was a little bit slower, a little bit more even keeled. And still we're doing some interesting things. This one, as far as the narration's concerned, we got that here. The back and forth between using his vocals and hers. Because he even kind of like sang a little bit in this, and this point where she's talking about how he wrote, putting his lines in there saying, I wrote. I liked that. So even though this one is a little bit more stripped down, they're still doing some things that actually we really haven't seen since the early part of the album, with just like these little cool elements in there, whether they're songwriting elements or composition elements or production elements, like obviously this is something you do in post here. I like how this one switched it up. And also it's just so darling. Her mother sang in a church choir. Her father was musical director. Yeah, she's been in the scene. Yeah, we should start calling like people who are religious and like go to churches like, yeah, I'm in the scene, See you on Sunday, pal. I like the symbolism of the rain being renewing and cleansing as opposed to the rain at the beginning. It was due to the sadness. See, Kelso's been on that shit, dude. You've been clocking everything. Girl, let's not give them any ideas. Are you kidding me? They already have all the ideas.
Mr. Raye, are you somebody? Mr. Raye, are you somebody? Mr. Raye, are you somebody?
And we're back.
Mr. Raye, are you somebody? Mr. Raye, are you somebody?
I declare and I decree, any chain that has been holding me, any evil tongue that whispers in these ears, I said I rebuke you. You must leave my life. You are not one night. I may cry through the night. I may cry through the night, but my joy comes in the morning.
I
think I'm an atheist anymore. I think the Spirit of Christ lives through me and every other living creature on this gorgeous planet that Father hath created. No, this was this was great, you know. I mean, I did my little gospel dance there. I mean, I feel like you could put this song into that old landmark scene from Blues Brothers with James Brown, and it would do about the same thing here. Obviously, the featured singers on this song are Raye's sisters, as I'm being told. It's just one of those families you hate because they're so talented. You know, it's like, oh, here come the Rays. You know, oh, what are they gonna do? Sing and impress us? Not again. You know, this talented ass family. Like, yeah, just like keep it to yourself, dude. Like, okay, like, just like. Get over it. No, yeah, this was a cool one. You know what? It's really nice because it's like I'm having a lot of fun. There's just so much to this album. But obviously, like Raye is showing us what is important to her, and obviously, family's a big part of that, right? So bringing her grandfather in, bringing her sisters in this part of the album. This is the summer family reunion part of the album. Did I clock that? That's what it seems to be like to me. It's a Sunday in the summer. Get up there, be sweating, get the hand fan, and you know the rest. Preach. Let Jesus enter your heart. All right, moving on. Penultimate song here. Happier times ahead.
Somewhere on a Saturday morning, there's a girl in a window. Love let her down. I need a band. Somewhere in the traffic on Bond Street, a middle-aged man is driving his van. He's been awful of late, but he'll never show his mates he's a man's man. Up crying again. After 60, life can be hard, but we only get one. Whatever we come, find a little faith to hold on, my friend. There will be times again. Happy times. Just hold on, happier times are coming, alright? The sun exists behind the clouds, it's right there. Just hold on to happier times, alright, darling?
The sun does exist. Look at the goddamn album cover. Look at this. I'm assuming the sun's behind that as well. She's literally opening up the goddamn skies. You know, in a way, you know, it's like, let down is the wrong term, but for lack of a better term here, you know, let down a little bit just because there were so many interesting things happening in the first part of the album, and everything on the second half is kind of like, okay, well, let's get the funk song, let's get the gospel song, let's get the feel good big band pop song, right? Which is kind of what this one was. But like, if I said that and meant it, I'd have the biggest, driest, rustiest, roughest stick up my ass, which I would like to think that I don't. It's just so nice to listen to. It's just what it is. It's not the deepest thing on the planet. but even up to the and I guess I'll save some of what I was about to say for the end of the album. But like I'm sitting here, like it's infectious. It is so utterly infectious. Almost in a way, I feel like this should have been like this music may contain hope part 1. Release it. Month later, this music may contain hope part 2. Release it like a month later. That's kind of how it feels to me. Just because there is some like clashing vibe. I'll save that. I'll save it all for the end. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Happier Times Ahead. Like that one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last song. It is Finn, which is the end in Canadian.
I had hoped to find your way to this piece of music. Get that with me, no, my friend, we have made it to the end.
Very meta.
I hope inside this you found something new. Had hoped to make it to the 17th song, and if to dance, or then to cry, or to just sing along. In an orchestra kiss, H-A-P-P-I-E-R-T-I-L-E-S-I.
Holy Disney.
Only joy in this life that we try.
And now I'd like to leave you with an unapologetically dramatic and powerful. This last metaphorical summary for its life's guarantee that we're all going to die. Come rain or come storms, we got one little life. The sun has promised to shine all 4 beautiful seasons, even if we can't see it.
Hope must always exist, is just above the clouds to conclude. They've been so cool. Find you, my friend. We advise you to listen.
If you hated it, listen to it again. Listen to it again.
Thank you for listening. Until next time, lots of love. Raye. Roll the credits. All right. Thank you to Grandma, Granddad Michael, my sisters Amma and Absolutely, my co-producers Mike.
I will say, this is reminding me of the last song on Sublime's 40 Ounces to Freedom, where they're just thanking everybody that helped with the album. Not to talk over the people here, but I like this. I haven't seen this in an album in a while.
Stelly and Andrew D, Flames Collective, Andy Gilbert, Alec Balabanov, Angel Lunda, Bella Hales, Colby Ashby, Daphne Mikalithis, Dia Day, Dia Sohi, Ella May Torbett, Emily Batt, Emre Nalbantolu, Imaya Summers, Isabel Metal, Joanna Georgiou, Katie.
God, how expensive was this album? This album must have cost a fortune to make.
Shane Thompson, Promise Kadri, Rachel Mikasa, Rashad Cayenne Davis, Ruby Langthorne, Scarlett Cecile, Shanae Lynch, Shelby, Sophia True, guys who believed in me when literally no one else would take my first album. So thank you for taking it and making a second one with me. I love you guys. I love you. The end.
I like that. As I was saying at the beginning, I've only ever heard this 2 other times. Where, like, obviously you get shout-outs and creds in, like, the liners if you bought a CD, but that's hardly a thing anymore. But I have, like, albums where that's done in a cool way, where they're giving shout-outs and cred, like, in, like, the music packaging, in the album packaging itself. I really enjoyed when Sublime did it. Thanks, right? So their song Thanks is basically
Alright, before we get it started, when we did Smoke 2 Joints, that was Jack from the Toys. And that song, Rivers of Babylon, was written by B. Dow and F. McNaughton. All right, now, crucial thanks out to the Happel, Noel, and Wilson families for their patience and support.
You know, kind of doing the same thing, and it just goes on for and on and on and on.
And roll. We gotta say what's up.
And it's a great little, like, psychedelic jam track behind. That's the last song on Keysby Nights. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4.
Thanks Tom and Red Bank Steve and Joe Besnick, my brother.
More than 98, yo.
My Alex, you're amazing.
Yeah. Not enough people do that. That's really cool. But I think it really works for Raye, considering, at least largely throughout a lot of this album, it was incredibly cinematic. So it ends up feeling like a film in the true sense, where we have the credits. Whether we choose to listen to it or watch the credits or not is really up to us. But God damn it, we were listening to this whole album, and we listened to this whole album. So this is the conclusion part. This was a doozy. This is a long album, and anytime you have really anything above an hour, you're calling a lot out of the audience, and you got to have the substance there, the content there to really back it up. And I think there's a lot here. Is this my daily driver kind of stuff? No, but I think if I heard it out in the wild, I'd get really excited because now I know Raye, and I'm glad that like Raye exists. I think really like the second half of the album just didn't provide as much intrigue as much as the first part of the album, but it's just fucking good. Now, what do I mean by that? Because saying that Raye's good is like saying the sky is blue. It's like saying I'm so already subscribed to Jerry Bees. Bees wants to see Raye sad. No, I do not want to see Raye sad. And actually far too often in this song, or actually far too often in this album, where Raye was quote unquote sad, I argued that there is slivers of hope, silver linings in every gray cloud. And that's exactly what we got. I think the mashups and like the timing and the odd compositions that we got in the first half of the album were providing a lot of intrigue for me. But like I can say like, okay, odd kind of compositions and like switch ups that might not be very accessible. No, all of it was very accessible. And then I know I had made the comment early on about, well, you know, all these like narration bits in here, it doesn't really like stand out as its own song, but that made me more interested to see where this album was going. And we brought it back a little bit towards the end, but really the end was just like high energy banger. You know, maybe outside of Fields, where I really kind of needed that rest there, and it was just so heartfelt. I think Raye did a really good job here, you know, because this music contains hope. All right, well, you can tell me to be hopeful, but what does that mean? She shows us what that means. You know, she has her own hopes, you know, to get married. Where's my husband? But where does that hope come from? You know, you have this support group around you. You have your family around you, and she brought her family into the album, and I think that says not only a lot about Raye as a person, but like where exactly she gets this source of hope, whatever reason she has to go on, you know, despite whatever shit that she's going through. I Know You're Hurting.
I can see you standing on the edge.
A perfect song. At 6 minutes, it could have been 12 minutes. Nightingale Lane was really good. Goodbye Henry with Al Green. Not even just the Al Green being a part of there, but the tongue-in-cheek nature of some of these songs were really good. You know, it maybe a little bit too meta. I don't know. I can't even say that it's a little bit too meta, because I do think the comedy there was weighted quite well, honestly, throughout the entire album, because that's hope, you know? Some people use that as a cope, and some people might find it inappropriate to use comedy to get through bad times, but it's quite effective. It's helped me through my bad times. But this is Raye's story here. You know, I don't really put a ton of weight on the whole seasoned. I don't put a ton of weight on the whole seasons aspect of things. Obviously, I think between like Click Clack Symphony and like Winter Woman, yeah, you can maybe make the argument that, yeah, it's like during the winter, it's cold. They didn't really come through thematically for me up in like till the end where she mentions just the 4 seasons. But I won't necessarily yucky or yum if that's how you're choosing to interpret this. At the end of the day, I really do enjoy when an artist goes and kind of creates an epic, and this is a true double album here. I mean, if you cut the runtime in half, what you're looking at, essentially 40 minutes for, you know, each disc. If like you bought a vinyl, right? This is a double album. You're getting 2 discs with this at least. And I think that she shouldn't falter in that. You know, looking at the first part of the album, the things that are intriguing me there, and going like, okay, I want to see how these evolve. I didn't necessarily get that, but the songs on this side are just so damn good and so catchy that, again, I'd have to have a massive stick up my ass to really say like anything bad about it. I completely get why people really want me to listen to this album and like Raye as an artist, and I'm just glad that we finally got there. I know a lot of people, I've been seeing this around the internet, a lot of people have been saying that this is like album of the year contender, and I can't necessarily disagree. We are only in April of 2026 right now, but we'll see where it goes. I don't necessarily look at like what ratings are. I don't know what Pitchfork rated this. I don't know what Rate Your Music rated this or Album of the Year rated this. But in terms of this being an independent artist, like just when we were listening to that last track, you know, Finn, and just listing out all of the creds and getting the London Symphony Orchestra and using Al Green and going to Nashville, or maybe they came over there to whoever foot the bill for this. I hope they get a return on their investment, because it sounded like it cost a lot of money. I mean, this whole album just sounded so goddamn good. Fucking Hans goddamn Zimmer. I mean, no song about a girl's night out.
Shining on the
just so utterly dramatic in like the best way possible. I swear. No, I had a lot of fun with this. This album is one of those you put front to back. With her debut, you can stick any song and have a good time. Just shows that she knows how to make good music. Yeah, I think this is one of those where you'd have to put the whole album on, maybe, or honestly, maybe just no. You can put the whole album on. Yeah, it just I think there's some things in the first side, the first part of the album, that might clash a little bit, not in theme, maybe just in like overall composition, but it's all still Raye. You know, none of that is lost on me here. I and a lot of people here right now perfectly recognize which songs belong to which seasons. Well, and that's like the other thing too. This is an hour and 13-minute album. There's 17 songs. I'm not going to clock everything the first time. Yeah, I love the seasons of it all. On the vinyl, each side of a disc is a season. There you go. There you go. So maybe I just didn't clock that through my listening. But see, exactly, you're going to get 2 discs, and then each side of that is a season. That makes complete sense to me. The first half is more disjointed because things are going wrong. The second half is about resolution, so the music is smoother. That is interesting. Yeah, it definitely does seem like, because Lifeboat, right? Lifeboat is the most different song on the album, and it definitely serves as a good transition into the second half as we get more of those gospel, soul, jazz, funk songs, right? A little bit more poppy, in like a big band sense. So I can definitely see that interpretation there. You know, if I had this issue where they were clashing, I do respect that, and even I may even agree with that. So that was my reaction to Raye's This Music May Contain Hope. I know I'm a little late considering that this was a new album, but please let me know your thoughts on my thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to see my goofy ass unedited before these reactions come out on YouTube, go ahead, check out my Patreon, links right below. And if you just want to see us live, you want to come hang out on the live stream, go ahead and check out those links as well. Also got a ton of other links that you could click and, I don't know, maybe you laugh, maybe you go ahead and just support me a little bit more. Jerry B's, what are you doing to support me? Ask not what your content creator can do for you. Ask what you can do for your content creator. But with all that said, I've been Jerry B's. You've been awesome. Take it easy.
Diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity dog.